So yeah, you finished your drink. What is it again?
It is Rockstar Lime Freeze.
How many do you have left?
I want to say I have about 20 left.
Yeah.
So we got 20
How
good
much
shows.
is the case?
It was $40. No, it was 35. Yeah. So it wasn't too
bad. That's not bad.
No, not for like a 16-ouncer of drink. That's not bad at all.
Well, you got what, like 25 of them or whatever? Something like that?
Exactly.
20?
Yeah.
Oh.
20 16-ounces.
Yeah, I looked at Surge at one point, and it was roughly the same, I think, for the same amount. But it ended up being a little bit more per can than just going up to 7-Eleven occasionally and getting them. So
okay.
I decided not to.
See, this is kind of bulk-ish doing it this way, so this works out for me.
But you can't get that anymore, so...
Right, I can't get it on store shelves. So
right?
even if there was a premium, I'm still, like, doing better.
Even in, like, gas stations and stuff that's nowhere?
I've looked everywhere. And, I go to places, I go to 7-Elevens, I go to gas stations, I go to In-N-Outs and AM, PMs and Circle K's, and they never have this particular flavor. They have everything else, and nothing tastes the same. And one of the worst things is tasting a bad energy drink, because you've paid like $2.50 for it at that point. And it's like, damn it, I'm finishing this bullshit sugar water because I paid for it.
Yeah, I don't drink energy drinks. Right. So I don't know, but I assume that they're really terrible if they're not good.
Well, borderline. You're drinking borderline energy drinks with Surge when you do that. But I know you were saying earlier you're cutting down on that, so that's good.
Yeah, it's just not during the weekends. So my rule right now is weekdays, no sugar, no, cutting out sweets and sodas and all that stuff during the weekdays. And then the weekend, it's fine. I can do, I can have sodas and not worry about it, so that I'm not eliminating it completely and living a shitty life. And like I could still have like the little bit of sugar I put in my tea and stuff like that. So it's not like I'm, crazy, but I'm just eliminating that. And then I'm doing the intermittent fasting stuff because my brother was doing it. And I guess he's done it for like over 2 months and he's lost 15 pounds from it.
Cool.
It's supposed to be really good for you. It's a proven thing. And he's tried a bunch of diets and stuff like that and it hasn't worked for him in the past. But doing this intermittent, so basically he does every day, although he was saying, I think he takes off 1 or 2 days a week sometimes. But you basically 8 p.m. to noon the next day, you don't eat anything. Oh,
yeah. I mean, they do say don't eat after 8 p.m. anyway. I mean, just in a regular,
right.
diet.
Yeah. So I'm trying that out as well. I just started that Sunday night.
Yeah. I'm the last person. You know what? I'm like, this is what you don't do. I am the worst person to give diet advice. Because I am by no means, hell yeah, I am by no means like in shape besides my shape. That's the only shape that I am. So I'm good at maintaining this shape that I'm in, but giving people advice on what to do as far as, maintaining another shape, I got nothing. I'm not, no.
I don't give people advice on that because I don't like when people do that anyway.
Yeah. I'm just fucking around more than anything. I like
stuff. We gotta have stuff to talk about. So I'm all right, this is the thing I'm doing.
I like comparing notes. That's good. I like doing that sort of thing with people just because it's like, okay, what are you doing? Because you look amazing. It seems to be working. That, like you were saying with your brother earlier with the fasting. It's like, okay. Yeah. And I feel like, people always, they deride going on like different type of fad diets and stuff like that. But I feel like within reason, it's like, okay, something that motivates you to be healthier, like, a Fitbit or something like that. If it motivates you to try something different, then that's a good thing. Just keep trying different things.
Yeah. And the intermittent fasting thing for me is not that difficult because I basically did it when I was a teenager. Like, I wouldn't eat at school throughout the day. I ate breakfast, and that's it, until I got home at 3 o'clock. So, 7 in the morning to 3 o'clock, I just didn't eat. Because I didn't like dealing with lunch and all that stuff. I don't know why. I just didn't do it. And so I've done that, basically. I'm not big on eating at night, although I have like been snacking at night lately, just as a general unhealthy thing. And then I don't really care about breakfast that much. So for me, it's like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Like, all right, stop eating at 8 p.m. and then start again. Now, when noon rolls around, I'm fucking hungry. Like, I am, because I've worked out and I haven't eaten since, 7 o'clock the night before, because that's when I ate dinner. I'm really hungry, but I eat and I'm okay. Like, it's, and if like I really, it's all those things, like you have to know your body and know you're okay with it and everything like that. But yeah, so I'm adjusting to that. And the no sugar thing, I'm on week 3 of that. So I'm pretty well adjusted to that.
Interesting. Yeah. Now, I know a while ago I was talking about I was trying this no sugar jam from Smucker's and that sort of thing. And I stuck with that for a while. But, man, there is a farmer's market by my job that comes down every Wednesday. In fact, they'll be there tomorrow, and I already know what I'm getting. They've got this wonderful strawberry jam that is just like nothing else I've ever tasted before. It's so good. Like, the first time I went and I got a small jar of it, because I'm like, I'm supporting local business and, shopping local and all that bullshit. I'm like, no, I just really wanted some jelly, and I was all out. But I tried it. Yeah. And then the next week I immediately went back and got the big jar because it's so good. And they're only there till September, so it's got a limited shelf life. But, they put their email address on there. So if I get really, like, thirsty for it, I'm going to be, like, emailing them, like, hey, man. Yeah. I know it's December, but y'all got me that jam.
Sugar's my enemy, for sure.
Sugar's my best friend.
I love sugar. Like, I love sweets. I love that stuff. So, for me, that is a big step. To be like, nope, weekends, like starting Friday night until Sunday. And by the way, if you do this, you will find you hit Friday night and you're like, yes, I can fucking have sugar. And by the time you hit Sunday, you're like, fuck sugar. Oh my God, this shit is terrible. Like, you end up fucking hating it and looking forward to having it again for the week. Like, right now, I'm like, fuck sugar. I'm still on the fuck sugar, like, train.
Like, so are you, and I don't want to.
But Thursday, it'll be like, oh, anyway.
I don't want to drag that out anymore, but, like, you're eating fruit and stuff, right? Like, peaches and that sort of thing? Like, that's okay?
So, I'm not, yes. Yeah. So, I eat bananas and, like, I love bananas. I'm not on a no sugar diet. I'm on a no sweets and added sugars diet.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
natural's okay.
I mean, it is in moderation.
Sure.
You shouldn't be eating like 20 apples or whatever.
I just see somebody just going ham on a whole bag of apples.
Eating a shit ton of apples.
Yeah.
No, I'm. So, like, there are sugars in a lot of our foods and stuff like that, so you can't completely control it.
Yeah.
But I'm basically like, okay, I can have my cup of tea. Like, right now, it's, 10:30 my time. So, because I'm doing the fasting thing, right now, all I can have is water, and if I wanted tea without it, like green tea without anything, I can do that. But yeah, with the no sugar thing, no, I have my like normal tea in the morning that has, a little bit of, so I have like a black tea and Earl Grey and it has soy milk and it has sugar in it. Like, I'm not completely eliminating sugars because you do need sugars in your diet.
Sure.
It's not even a diet. Like, it's just my own personal thing of like, bitch, don't eat ice cream every night. like, don't be terrible.
Put down that night cheese. Yeah.
Like, why are you doing this? Yeah, no, seriously. Why are you doing this to yourself?
Man.
See, I want to get to a point. Way too much soda.
Well, I want to get to a point where I'm like keeping healthier things in the house. Like, I've got popcorn and like rice cakes and stuff like that. But I always put it in the cabinet. When we do Resnaculus, you know, that stuff, there's no way to like put it away. Like I get these Japan crates and stuff like that. Like I got one sitting on the counter right now. I'm looking at it and it's just calling to me. And it's got all this wonderful nutty stuff from Japan. Just like, man, you got to try it. You got to do it for the Resnaculus, you know? And I don't want to start blaming stuff on that.
I'm a big fan. People are so fucking bored. They're already tuning out right now. I am a big fan of a plain rice cake with peanut butter.
You know what?
That is the jam right there.
White cheddar. White cheddar is my jam. I like that.
Yeah, no, because you get into the flavors and that's when it gets really bad. But if you get like natural peanut butter, like the no sugars added and all that shit to it, like if you get legit peanut butter and just the plain rice cake, yeah, you're in diet food territory, but not crappy food. That's the thing.
You should make it a rule that the only sugar you can have has to come from a Nature's Valley granola bar. That way you'll dread eating those motherfuckers because they get all over your face. And for the beard bros like me,
oh my God,
you know, it's just all up crumbs, just akimbo, all up in the beard.
Those are like the worst things you can eat. Oh my God. All those breakfast bars, like basically all breakfast food is fucking sugar. You're just like inhaling sugar.
It's like granola herpes. It just gets all up ends everywhere. Nooks, crannies. Yeah. Not good. Not good, man.
Yeah. I used to eat those a lot too, but they are just sugar, man. It's bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just trying to watch that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even something like juices, like even though they're, you know, orange juice, if you get, you know, pure orange juice stuff is good. Like, I just am not actively drinking that a lot. Not that I was before, but things like that. Trying to
see,
do
that's
that.
why
The fasting thing's new, though.
That's why breakfast is tough, man, because, like, all the good breakfast food is bad for you, basically, you know?
Yeah, that's why this fasting thing is like, fuck, breakfast is gone. It's dead to us now.
Breakfast has gotta go.
Yeah. Yeah, and like eggs are good protein, but I don't like eggs that much to have them as like a breakfast thing. So like I'm just like, I don't really care. Like I'd rather just wait and have a sandwich or whatever at lunch.
So if anybody's wondering what it's like when we have normal conversations that aren't about the podcast, this is basically it, right? We just talk about shit for like a half hour or an hour or however long it takes. Like conversation like this one.
Welcome to the podcast.
Welcome to the podcast. Welcome to our lives. This could go on for hours.
Oh, I know. I don't like hearing about other people's dieting stuff, so I'm sure people are like, oh, fuck this.
Now, see,
all right, skippers, come back.
I feel like some people are on the other side of that on the other side of the thought process, because it's like, okay, I want to feel like, you know, one, I'm doing better than they are, and two, you know, someone else is going through this with me. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just me going through this whole like trying to get on that health kick thing. It's not too late in the year to get started. Because, I mean, I try.
Literally anything you do, just remember it takes time. Like, my brother was saying that when we were texting about it. He was like, it took like 45 days for him to start feeling the fasting, like, difference. Yeah, no, it's long haul. There are no short-term solutions. Any short-term gain is fucking up your body. Like, realistically. It's not for you. So.
That's true. I mean, you could almost say that with anything, but, you know, specifically when it comes to your body. All right.
I don't really believe in those, like, shortcuts anyway with most things. So, kind of apply it to everything.
Now, see, I'm a shortcut person when it comes to Super Mario Brothers. Like, I will do a warp zone in a heartbeat. There are whole levels of Super Mario 3 that I don't know what they look like, because I get that whistle. And when I get that whistle, it's doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, and I'm off. I'm gone. A little tornado comes.
Introduce the show. Give me 2 seconds to grab water, because I forgot my water.
Okay. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Lex and Matt's Excellent Adventure. I'm the host with, I guess, the most, just by volume. I'm Matt Peters, and with me, as always, is the one and only
is Lex Lutz.
There you go. You're back. Okay, great. See, I was going to cover
I
for
got
you.
back just in time.
Yeah. So,
hey, bitches, I'm back. You couldn't get me.
Yeah. So, there's a lot of shit going on in the world right now. And,
yeah.
I'm kind of fucked up.
So let's talk about diets.
Yeah. This is what I do. This is part of my coping mechanism, is that I have conversations that don't really matter in the grand scheme of things when it comes to like shit like, you know, politics and moral outrage and shit like that. Like I really, you know, I dread hearing about this type of thing at work, you know, because I know that it's going to be somebody with a very strong opinion one way or the other, and they're going to stand up and they're going to give their little soliloquy or whatever about it, and it's going to be a whole thing, and people are going to get mad at each other. It's like, I want to like y'all. Let's not talk about politics or religion or any of that stuff, because obviously we're not going to agree in this 20-minute conversation. It's just going to be something to get people all riled up.
It's funny because I'm normally the person who's like, yeah, let's have those conversations. Let's do this and that.
Yeah.
And I'm just so tired right now that I like can't. I can't. I'm just like, no, I don't want to.
Yeah.
And that's, it's temporary, but I'm just like, fuck it. No. Like, I just don't want to deal with it.
Yeah. It's exhausting.
I want to like use energy for advocacy and everything like that, but not discuss the stupid, insane bullshit that people have decided is fact when it's not, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Like when people start ignoring scientific study and start just going on their gut reaction, or they heard somebody say something, like that's when I lose respect for the party offering this information. I can understand if you feel strongly about something and you say, look, this is what I believe. I don't have anything to go off of, but I just know in my heart, I know in my gut that this is true. That's one thing. I mean, that's one thing. But when you come back and I say, well, hey, I've got all this evidence that proves otherwise. Here's some reports. Here's some studies. Here's a book I can recommend to you. Here's even a YouTube link that you can watch and make up your mind about this and hear another point of view. And then they just, no, it's got to be this because that's the obvious answer. Like, what? No.
I remember the days when, like, Billy Corgan from Smashing Pumpkins was super into chemtrails. Yeah. And we were like, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Or, like, I think I talked about this on the podcast before, where you'd meet someone and they'd be like, 9/11 was an inside job. And I'd be like, oh, you're fucking stupid. Okay. Like, and now it's the normal. And I don't know how we got here.
It's sad, and the reason why I even brought up the thing about having conversations with people that you normally respect and admire and tolerate is because, you know, they'll come out of pocket sometimes. Folks will come out of pocket with something that you'll never expect. Like, just to give a for instance, the whole thing with video games is coming back up again. And that frustrates me so much because it's this idea called moral panic. When it's something new or newer or something that, you know, the mass population doesn't understand, that's got to be it. It's moral panic. You know, etc.
They used to burn Elvis Presley records.
Yeah.
Because he gyrated his hips. And now, does anyone fuck to Elvis Presley? No. Not a single person throws on Elvis and fucks Elvis. So clearly, he has no impact.
Nobody fucks with Elvis.
It's just people. Nobody fucks to Elvis. I mean, like, people freak out about shit, and then nothing happens. Like, get over it.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, like, you know, so much of, and so much of that too, like the satanic panic bullshit, the Elvis stuff, the Beatles, like, you know, craziness. I'm always like, how much of this is linked to female independence and female sexuality? How much of this is like you freaking out? And like, video games, I guess, is not that. Like, I wouldn't put it in that category. But, I mean, our pop culture, like movies, television, and women aren't playing video games too, but like there's a lot of that stuff that just makes women freer and people freak out.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is about video games though, because video games are still very male. Like,
absolutely.
It is still
it's
heavily
a male-dominated industry, and
so
people are working to change that.
Right, but it's interesting that they go after it, because I've found that a lot of times when it's going after these things, I'm like, why are you going after that? Oh, okay, there's the thing. Like, it's just weird.
You know, it's funny, but, you know, as much as I shit on the Big Bang Theory and stuff like that, and, you know, just the way it made nerd culture more commonplace, it seems like we've come far enough that video games wouldn't be put in that same bucket of, you know, an outlier or somebody who keeps to themselves.
It's not anymore, though. It's only in the echo chamber of a Fox News situation. It's
Absolutely.
only your grandparents who don't understand video games. Because people, even in like their 50s now, even if they don't play video games, they understand video games. So we're reaching the point where it's only people who are like 70, 80 years old, who are like maybe 60s, late 60s, whatever, who are like, what the fuck is this thing? Because they play, like, you also have like 50-year-old, you know, people playing Candy Crush on their phones. They understand video games now.
And it's so funny because they don't... Same. Yeah. Like my Dolores' grandmother, whenever we're over there, she's playing like either this Bible word jumble game on her phone, or she's playing like slots or something like that.
Yeah.
So, okay, that's gaming. Sorry. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, they don't make the correlation.
The only thing that modern mainstream games are convincing kids to do is to dance like Turk from that one episode of Scrubs to Poison.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Or do that weird flossy thing that makes me punch myself
and
in the nuts.
To me, is a hate crime. So, I mean,
you know, respect for the people that can pull it off. It's actually pretty impressive.
No, fuck you. I'm done with you. I don't care. I'm done with these fucking dances. Because it's not adults that are pulling it off. It's not Turk that like makes me mad. It's seeing a stupid. I think I've talked to you about this in private messages, but I'm like, look at this stupid fucking kid that thinks they can dance. Like, you are nothing. Like, you think you're going to be famous. And that makes me sad.
Oh man.
What are you? Like, yeah, like this is the moments where I will say something like this, and I'll usually say it to my dad because he's one of the few people that understands my humor, and he'll just look at me and he'll be like, Jesus Christ, I'm glad you're not going to reproduce. Like, what is wrong with you? Like,
you went
yeah,
full
no,
on
I'm
old
not
man. Like, you went from 0 to old man in like no seconds flat.
I'm definitely an old man, and like kids annoying the shit out of me for weird reasons. But
like, this makes me feel good.
Video games.
This makes me feel good because sometimes you get to be cranky and sometimes I get to be cranky. So tonight you're the bird.
Yeah.
It works out. It's great.
We're an hour past our starting point or whatever, 2 hours, whatever, past our starting point for us. Yeah. So I'm gonna be cranky as shit. Y'all gonna have to deal with it.
All right.
The good news is some people find my crankiness funny, even when I don't. And I'm really frustrated, and people are laughing at me, and I'm like, stop it.
It's endearing. You know?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, half the shit that Howard Stern says would be just mean-hearted, mean-spirited, if not for the fact that Robin Givens was laughing. So, there you go. Oh,
yeah. I have a whole... I don't know if I should get into that, but I do. We can get into it at some other episode. I have a whole theory on Howard Stern.
We're going to bookmark that because I'm curious about that too. Okay.
No, yeah. Ask me about Howard Stern in the next episode. If I forget, someone else write in, because it's not negative.
Oh, wow. Okay.
No. I think Howard Stern, as of right now, is becoming one of the best male voices out there.
See, this is good clickbait right there. I like that. So tune in to the episode.
Remind me to get into it. Yeah,
I shall.
Remind me to get into it sometime. Because
So.
I have thoughts on that. So. Okay. Do you want to get into news stuff?
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about what's going on besides that bullshit. So let's talk about Disney Plus.
Fuck that. We're going to talk about good things.
Talk about good things.
Maybe good things, maybe something that'll piss you off. We're going to get into some news, ladies and gents.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is really interesting. So we know Disney Plus is coming. When is it? September?
Yeah, it's
October,
coming. It's on the way. They flexed their mouse ears this afternoon because their earnings report was not what folks were hoping it would be. So their stock dropped a little bit today. So they let loose with a couple of things that they may have been saving for the D23 conference later on this month. For instance, I see you posted something here that just kind of caught my eye.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were gonna say a thing. Yeah. So they announced it. So in addition to all of the Marvel content they've already announced for Disney Plus, they're going to be doing a shit ton of reboots. So they've confirmed that they're doing Home Alone, Cheaper by the Dozen, Night at the Museum, and Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Which, by the way, I did not know they even had Home Alone. That
I didn't either.
I was not aware of.
Yeah. Now that I think about it, they had some type of like made-for-TV Home Alone movie that was on the Family Channel before it was ABC Disney Family or whatever it is now. So that kind of makes sense. Yeah. I don't know.
Okay, maybe it's that.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I would say, and I don't know, you could feel free to disagree with this. I would say Home Alone is the most controversial of the reboots on here.
How deep did you get into Home Alone?
Just the first two.
Okay.
The Culkin movies.
The Culkin saga.
I saw the third one, I think, with the different kid, and I was like, this sucks. Even as a kid, I was like, this sucks.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I get a feeling of deja vu here because I feel like we discussed this on the show previously, but they had more than those three. They had like the fourth one, and they had some made for direct.
It says 5 total.
Jesus Christ, yeah. So they did more.
3 more than Culkin.
Yeah,
he was only in 2 of them.
So I remember there was like one cute kid that started in the third one. He was like the it kid for the time. They used to do that.
Was he the one with the parrot?
I think so.
He had a parrot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, oh my God, and they all had to do the little facial expression too. Oh my God, what am I gonna do?
Okay.
Yeah. Ugh.
So, Home Alone, I would say, in my opinion, is the most controversial. Night at the Museum, I get because we don't have Robin Williams anymore, and he was Teddy Roosevelt in that, and I think that was like the biggest part of what I saw.
I feel like they could recast almost and just keep going. I mean, no disrespect to Robin Williams, but that wasn't like his movie. The whole Aladdin thing, I get it because that was his movie, but like if they want to put another Roosevelt in there, they could just go, oh, well, we got this other wax figure from another museum. He got lost in transit.
They can just reformat it for if they wanted to do. It says it's unclear if these quote remakes and reimaginings will be series or features. Yeah, so they could be series. Now that I could see working as a series, Night at the Museum.
Yeah.
For like limited 10 episode.
This isn't anything groundbreaking per se because they used to do this all the time. When a movie was popular, it would get a TV show and it would be a brand new cast. And they would just, kind of roll with it. Like the Addams Family. They tried to bring that back for a hot second. That didn't quite work out.
Yeah.
Maniac Mansion, Dennis the Menace, all that stuff. They all had like just the TV versions based on the movie. One way they could get my interest with this Home Alone thing, bring back Macaulay Culkin. Not as a parent, not as, trying to do the same thing again. Make him one of the robbers trying to break in the house.
He might actually do that.
I mean, he looks skeevy enough to do it right now. You know what? Get him and his brother.
Yeah.
I mean, they're both actors, and I actually like his brother's work more than his. So, I mean, hey.
I think Culkin's done acting. I think
really?
I think he's out altogether. Yeah.
For
his brother's not, but
for this, they might be able to bring him back. If it's a movie, maybe just that one time for Disney Plus, I'm sure they could back up the money truck and get it done. If it's a series, probably not.
Yeah, if they pay him enough, I could see him doing it.
Yeah.
I actually think Cheaper by the Dozen would be a great TV series.
Yeah, because there's a pretty big cast. It'd be like a modern day Step by Step.
Yeah. Yeah. I really liked those remakes with Steve Martin. Yeah. Well, the first one. The second one was whatever. But the first one I thought was a really nice, funny, fun film. And I, of course, watched it because Tom Welling was in it. That was my main sell when it came out. And then it was like, oh shit, Steve Martin. Which is the reverse of how every other human on the planet saw that movie. But whatever. And then Diary of a Wimpy Kid, I don't know anything about that, but obviously it's a huge franchise. So
it's interesting because
that's going to be big.
It seems like it's too fast to reboot it, but then I remember that I guess those movies have been out for quite some time. It's not fresh. It's not new. So, yeah, all right, reboot it. Whatever. That's cool.
I mean, it's still pretty new. Does it say years? It doesn't say years of those movies.
Okay.
The books have obviously been out for quite a few years, but I don't know about the movies.
Yeah.
It says there are a total of 3 sequels that followed the first film.
Man.
So it's a big franchise. I'm assuming that these all sound like they could be TV series, to be honest. With the exception of Home Alone, which I don't think could work as a TV series. But like Cheaper by the Dozen, Night at the Museum, and Diary of a Wimpy Kid, I feel like those could all be TV shows if they wanted them to be TV shows.
I would almost want to see how they bring back Home Alone as a series, just to see what they would do to make that work. That'd be interesting.
I don't think I'm gonna like Home Alone. Whatever they put, and I try to go in with an open mind. Yeah. And I will, like you guys, I've talked about this before, but I just don't think I'll care because I barely care about the second one. When the mother freaks out, the brilliant Catherine O'Hara, when she freaks out again after abandoning her child, I can't tell you how many times I've watched that and I've basically screamed at the television like, you are a shitty parent. You are such a shitty parent.
Like in the first one, you're like,
kids. The government should have taken away all of her children.
Because it's not just Kevin. There's some kid that they left that they don't talk about because he's just gone. Like things didn't quite work out. He fucking had to go. And also, like,
it's just fucked up on a lot of those movies are dark.
Yeah.
And I don't think we've acknowledged as a culture how much child neglect was going on in that household, even when they were home.
Yeah.
Like, there was clear child neglect. That was what they were setting up, which is they forget this kid on a regular basis. They forget that he exists.
Look.
Like, that's the whole premise of Home Alone.
That was the thing. Late 80s, early 90s was all about forgetting about your kids, being a bad parent, not believing anything that they tell you, and being so fucking gullible. Like, think about it. Adventures in Babysitting. Stay Tuned. They got sucked into a TV, and the parents were all like, "Oh no, it's just a normal day. We're just imagining things."
By the way, did you see they're doing Adventures in Babysitting on Netflix?
Really?
Yeah, and Alicia Silverstone is going to play the mom. Apparently, they just announced that today.
Okay.
And it made my heart hurt a little bit. I was like, "Oh fuck, she's the mom now." But yeah, no, it was all about shitty parenting. It was all, Kevin! Oh, right. God. Like, what? Sometimes I'll just scream that at random because I think it's hilarious.
I mean,
how she screams Kevin.
As bad as she was, I mean, at least it's not as bad as Liam Neeson losing his family members 3 times. One time, okay, cool. That was a weird anomaly. Understood. Second time, All right, now it's time to start.
What is that? Taken?
Taken. There was
I haven't
3.
seen any of those movies.
I saw the first one. I'm like, yeah, revenge, fantasy.
Yeah,
all right. After that, it was like, maybe it's you, dude. They keep taking your people. What is?
Have you ever asked the question, "Am I the problem?"
Your very specific set of skills just make you oblivious, basically, to that sort of thing.
Yeah. Did your specific set of skills make you a fucking target? Let's ask that question.
Okay, so back to Disney Plus, though. They also announced something else cool today that I sent you earlier, which is that they will offer a bundle package of 3 streaming services, Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus, for $12.99 a month starting November 12th. Now that is fucking amazing.
Shit, I'm buying it just for ESPN Plus. Go sports. Why not?
Rugby, cricket, all that shit, college.
Oh my god.
PGA Tour,
That one thing where they push the hoop with the stick. That's just dope.
Yeah, that's ESPN Classics, or maybe ESPN 8, the Ocho. I don't know. But, I mean, how cool is that deal? $12.99 a month. I mean, now, okay, I'm not a sports guy, but Disney Plus and Hulu for $12.99 a month together is incredible.
My only reluctance is that I think that the deal that they have for the year for just Disney Plus is pretty fucking sweet. And that makes me a little bit reluctant to go with the monthly one with Hulu over that. Although I am using someone else's Hulu account right now, so.
Now usually with Hulu, with those deals that they give out, it's not like the top of the line bells and whistles Hulu. It's the ads included Hulu, so you got to take that into consideration as well. Rough too,
because that's what I originally did when I signed up for Hulu, and I immediately was like, I can't do this because it's not just that it's ads; it's the same ads they repeat. And it drives me nuts.
I was just about to say the same thing. Like, you and I are both fans of the Cell. Like, that's why one reason I enjoyed Mad Men so much was because, like, I do appreciate the art of advertising. It's really interesting.
One of my favorite things is to imagine Don Draper pitching whatever ad I'm seeing.
That's cool.
Like, have you, think way back to when they did the Cavemen.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine Don Draper pitching that in a room. No, it works best with bad commercials. When you're like, there's a woman, her name is Flo. She reminds you of your mother. You can't quite place it. Like going into a full Don Draper.
Yeah, that sounds good.
It's something you've never seen before. It's Progressive auto insurance, and then everybody's like weeping in the room as he's saying it, like he's a fucking master. But you have to do it for bad commercials. It's like it's 2 guys, they're in a car, they're eating hamburgers, Sonic, like you had when you were a child. Like it's that whole thing, just chain smoking cigarettes. It's the best game ever to play by yourself if you're a fucking crazy person like me.
What if I were to tell you that there's a bucket that pops things out of its mouth? You put the balls in his top and he pops them out of his mouth. We call him Mr. Bucket. You teach kids to clean. It's a family activity. Everyone can get involved.
He's not like Captain Crunch. He's not a high-ranking person. He's an everyday Joe. He's you. He's me. He's just Mr. Bucket.
You take that first bite and you realize you were the captain all along.
Yeah.
This is fun.
The best fucking game ever.
It is. I'm down. This is great.
This will change your life. Everyone listening, it is so fun. Just imagine the Don Draper pitch, the carousel pitch for stupid fucking thing.
You could even go deeper, right? So, like, with he's hired to advertise for Geico, and he can't think of a good mascot, but then he has a conversation with Lane Price, Basically, he's like, that's it. That's the gecko right there. He's the one.
Think of the animal you admired as a child. The Cheeto. Colin Chester.
Colin Chester.
He has delicious Cheetos. I can't even do that. I'm going to say it. It's too much. It's my favorite thing to do. Especially when I see a commercial, I'm like, who the fuck brought that to an office? Because sometimes you see a commercial and you go, they brought that to someone.
Right.
And then someone said, yes, I love it. Give me more of this thing. So what magic had to be going on in that room where they were like, yes, this is amazing, you know?
Somebody just Don Drapered the shit out of that.
You can also Peggy Olsen it. She's got a little more flair than
she
Don.
does. Yeah. Because she has to kind of make it a little more peppy. So, you know, they're not just like, this chick here. You know,
that's how I was when I was a girl. You know, all the other girls around me, we would twirl. We would twirl on the beach. Tampax. You know, just.
I'm like, fair enough. Okay. Yeah. It's fine. That works.
Yeah, that's totally what happens. It's not you really just like punching a wall going, God damn it! It's like a beach. Anyway, we got lost here. I don't know what happened.
So.
Oh, we don't like ads.
we don't like ads. Because they're repetitive.
Ads, clearly.
They're repetitive. You know, it's like you'll get somebody trying to sell you car insurance and it's like the same company 3 times in a row and you can't skip it.
Yeah.
Like, that's awful.
Yeah, because then you can't even play the game. It's repetitive, it's boring, you know.
Right. And then it's somebody playing like a little xylophone and whistling along with the song. That's every commercial now. Yeah, I know. So bad. Every single one.
It's intriguing. I'm still leaning toward the one payment for the year and then doing the family halvesies with you and me. But I think that is a really good deal. I think Hulu is killing it because between that and the Spotify deal, my God, they're getting everyone.
Yeah. So it's going to be amazing. I'm looking forward to it. I really can't wait to see what Disney Plus is all about. So we're going to check that out.
And then we don't have to get too much into this, but HBO Max, which is the Warner Brothers alternative, because everyone's doing their own streaming thing, guys. This is terrible. This is why you got to become a bunker person and get DVDs like me. But the HBO Max apparently got rights to new Doctor Who episodes, exclusive streaming rights.
Wow.
So, I mean, BBC America is still going to run it, but like when it's coming out streaming, which I'm guessing means the Prime deal is going to go away because it's all on Amazon right now.
Yeah.
And it's been the place to stream. I don't know if that means past episodes will also be moving to Warner Brothers HBO Max, but that's a big deal.
It's a big deal. I'm not as big a Whovian as I used to be, so much so that
Is it because she has tits now? Is that it?
No, dude. That's a reason to watch.
I heard this one.
See, I just went all in the other direction because no matter how I answered that, it was going to be awful.
Yeah. Well, look, I'll find a way to make you sexist. So just continue.
You'll find a way.
Life finds a way.
Yeah, that too. I can wait. Like, I can wait and then just like marathon, just binge this shit out of Doctor Who.
Yeah, I found I could do the same thing.
Yeah. And it's kind of cool. Like, one of the things that people have been doing long before streaming even existed was like tape trading and collecting them because you never know when they're going to disappear forever, you know, or when they're going to go to another streaming service. It's like we've been talking about for the past month or so. These streaming services betray you after a while. So you have to be ready with, if you have a favorite, go ahead and pick it up. I was showing off on my little pre-show thing that I got Star Trek Discovery, the first season on Blu-ray because I wanted to watch it. I don't feel like doing that whole CBS thing. So,
I just saw at Best Buy the other day that they have and they're DVDs, not Blu-rays, which is kind of sucks, but well priced
Mm-hmm.
collections of the entire run of these doctors. So
yeah.
They have all of Matt Smith's run in a complete box set for like less than $40.
That's cool.
All of Capaldi, all of Tennant, and then they threw what's the first guy's name in Tennant's run?
Eccleston?
Eccleston, yeah. So they threw him in with that one because, he was only on one season. But
That's fair.
like it's a great box set. So even though it's DVD, not Blu-ray, I'm keeping an eye on those going on sale in the future because, like you were just saying, like, these are going to disappear,
Yeah.
I don't trust it. So.
Yeah. It's kind of cool that they do those type of complete stories too, because the Tennant run was like a complete story in and of itself, along with the Eccleston season. So that makes sense. It makes perfect sense. So we'll see if HBO Max gets any traction with that. I still want to find out what this means for the DC Universe content. From what I understand, it's staying put. And I saw a new trailer for Titans yesterday, but I mean, I can only imagine the way that they pulled the rug from under Swamp Thing makes me think that they don't have much faith in DC Universe.
No, they're going to fold in whatever works. Whatever works on that streaming service is going to be migrated into HBO Max. They say they're not going to do that right now, but that's because they don't want people jumping ship.
Whatever it takes.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes.
Jesus. Oh my gosh. Yeah. No, yeah, I'm curious about it just because I'm curious about all of the stupid things that they're doing right now with streaming services, and all of the mistakes being made. But, it's just cable 2.0, man. That's all it is. Like, now it's going to be everything, and people are going to go back to cable because it's going to be cheaper.
It's less confusing. There's a comfort in just turning on the TV and just letting it go without having to worry about, I got to log into this service. I got signed out of this one last week. I got to make sure to download this and make sure I get this specific.
And then it pops up and asks, are you still watching? And I'm like, God damn it, stop shaming me. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck?
I'm running in the background.
I have this on for my dog. How about just letting my dog watch 9 hours of ID? Not 9 hours. You wouldn't leave a dog alone for 9 hours, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah. I do the same thing for my cat, and then I come back, and it's like, what the fuck? Why is this? YouTube TV drives me nuts with that. Like, where they're like, are you still watching or whatever? And I'm like,
I'm still watching.
We're going to talk about all the Batman now.
Yeah, we had a lot of Batman news, surprisingly, this week.
It's all Batman. Weirdly.
The Batman. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you want to hit first? Because I'm excited about one thing in particular, and I'm
sure
you know
what
that is.
Go with the thing you're excited about. Start it.
Kevin Conroy. I'm so excited about Kevin Conroy because my man, he has been the longest running Batman to portray the character, the longest running actor to portray Batman Bruce Wayne in the history of the Batman. So I'm really happy that he finally gets to portray Bruce Wayne live action for the Crisis crossover that's going to be happening in the Arrowverse. It's so cool.
So I have no clue what he looks like.
Yeah.
Like, is it physically gonna match up or whatever? Does he kind of look like that? Like,
no.
The idea that we have a Batman? Okay.
No, it's not. He's not going to be your traditional looking Batman, Bruce Wayne sort of thing. Like, he's got dark hair. He's got like a very gaunt type look about him. He's always had that. He is by no means like someone that would be a movie star or anything like that. But I mean, you could say the same thing about Mark Hamill at this point in his life. It's like,
yeah, no, I didn't mean it in like a bad way.
No, not at all. And I don't mean it in a bad way either. It's just the fact that like he's been a voice actor. He hasn't had to worry about being like Hollywood ready. So he just, he's like just an older dude that you would expect to see, doing that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But they're bringing back Burt Ward. We read a couple of weeks ago. As far as like,
pair them, I'm guessing
they might do that. I'm my pie in the sky hope for this is that they spring a huge surprise on us and go full Batman Beyond and give us Kevin Conroy and Will Friedle as the future Batmen for this crossover. I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know what type of like deal Will Friedle has right now. I'm sure he still does voice acting. I don't know what else he's doing besides hoping that they continue Girl Meets World, which they're not. But
no, they're not. They're not.
But it'd be cool if we got that moment. And you know, they do amazing things with John Wesley Shipp, so we could see something like that. That'd be nice. Just give us that moment.
I mean, I'm still holding out hope for all of my Smallville stuff. So
yeah, the rumor mill's picking up about that one too. I don't know if you showed me that today or if I just saw it in the wild, but some site was saying that Rosenbaum is going to be back for Crisis.
Yeah, because I responded to it basically saying like, Amel, someone make this happen.
Yeah.
You know.
But I mean, I feel like he could be playing coy too, because he was like talking to John Cryer, like, have you heard anything about this? You know.
No, he likes to. I love Michael Rosenbaum. He definitely likes to complain about industry stuff.
Yeah.
Openly.
Yeah. But I mean, if if the check is already cashed, he might just be playing ball.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I don't know what's going on. You know, one of those. I prefer it that way. In this world of so many leaks and so much news that, you know, comes to us before its time because of insiders and shit like that, I am totally cool with actors just flat out bold-faced lying to us like, I'm not in this project. I don't know anything about it. It reminds me of the Chadwick Boseman red carpet interview.
Yep. I'm dead.
For Endgame.
I don't know. I'm dead.
Like, so what are you going to do in this movie? What?
I don't know. I'm dead.
But you're here, so that means you're in the movie, right? I don't know.
I'm dead. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I totally agree. I think that the fact that they've announced this much makes me go, what don't they have?
Right. Because usually they're really good at keeping secrets usually. Like John Wesley Shipp, him coming back in the old Flash costume, like nobody saw that coming. It was brand new.
I don't remember anyone saying anything about that. That was surprising. This is what they're announcing. I mean, my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, okay, other stuff. So, the Batman movies.
Yes.
Like the movie universe, Batman. So, we got, who was it that was talking about Batfleck? So, remember Affleck was going to make a Batman movie. He was going to direct it. He was writing the screenplay.
Yeah.
Basically, this was award-winning cinematographer Robert Richardson was talking about the Batman that they had planned before Matt Reeves came in and it was like he's going to do his own thing, and now he's got Robert Pattinson. So basically, it was going to be Arkham Asylum.
That's
Batman.
wild. That's wild.
Yeah. Not necessarily like the exact story of Arkham Asylum, but he was going to go into that darker side of Batman that, you know.
How much more darker can we get?
That's the part where, like, in this interview where I'm like, okay. I mean, I know everyone was like, when they read this, they're like, oh my God, we don't have this, like, you know, Arkham Asylum stuff. And I'm like, yeah, but the rumors going around about the Batman movie that Reeves is making it's basically the Long Halloween, and he's a detective again. Like, we haven't seen that shit in years. Let's bring that back. I don't know. I don't.
Like, if we're talking Arkham, like the Grant Morrison comic, Arkham, you know, then yeah, that's pretty dark on a psychological level. But it takes a lot of, in my opinion, trusting your audience to know what it is that's going on already for that to work.
Was it the book? Which was the book where they shot Babs?
Oh, that was The Killing Joke. And they've already made that into an animated feature, so...
I fucking hate that book, so that doesn't... I wouldn't approve that one.
And somehow the animated feature made it worse, because they forced some type of relationship between Batman and Batgirl, and it was like, oh man, this is real gross. Please don't do that.
That whole story is sexist as fuck.
Yeah, it hasn't aged well. And the way that they sold it for so long was, oh yeah, don't worry about it. It's just an imaginary story. It doesn't mean anything except for the fact that Babs was actually, in a wheelchair for so many years. So it's like, how did that happen?
Not just that, like, they had her raped in it too. Like, that was very clearly set out in that book.
I mean, that was implied. I think they've denied that.
I felt like it was pretty clear.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was doing a lot of the tropes that are really misogynistic and gross.
Yeah. And then they did all that weird stuff with Gordon too. Just being all hogtied and naked and photographed.
Yeah. It was, I was like, why? I mean, I read that book and everyone had praised it so much. Yeah. And I was like, first of all, how is this praised? And God, how did DC even put this out? Like, I couldn't believe it.
Like I said, I mean, if you take it as an imaginary story, then it's like, okay, they tried something different. And, it is what it is. It's there. The artwork was incredible for what it was. Like,
now, when you're saying imaginary story, you mean not canon?
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
So thank you for making me clarify that, because with it's this weird thing among comic readers. Like, yeah, my imaginary story is less imaginary or more imaginary, so I care about it more. That sort of thing. Or I'm willing to forgive this because it's more imaginary.
So it's an Elseworld.
It's an Elseworld.
Or it's not canon. In DC, it's an Elseworlds. What do they call it in Marvel?
What If?
What If? Yeah.
Yeah.
DC's a way better title on that one. But,
yeah, they won that round. But yeah, that's the weird thing about it. It was like, for so long, like, oh, this is an Elseworlds. It doesn't really count towards continuity. Because at the end of the book, spoilers if you haven't read it yet, or if you plan to read it for some reason, it's implied that he strangles the Joker to death.
Yeah, everything about it was okay. So now we're getting into the thing about Zack Snyder, what he just said, where he's like, Batman kills.
Yeah.
Like, do you believe Batman kills?
No, I mean, not modern Batman. Especially not
Batman fucks. No.
I was waiting for that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I had to. Sorry.
Not this modern Batman. This modern Batman is a family man. He's a dad. And they've really done a lot to grow the character since Rebirth, really. Not even since Rebirth, since New 52, to make it known that he cares about these boys that he brings that he takes under his wing. Even the girls too, to an extent, but especially the boys. Like, he really does care about that. And I'm not even trying to apply anything weird about it, because there's enough stories that do that already. But, you think about his relationship with Dick, with Tim, with, of course, Damian. And it's like, yeah, they're really painting this picture of him being a family man. Even teasing the marriage between him and Catwoman, that was supposed to take place, and how she related. Which they should have
just done. Like,
well, the story's not over yet. I think,
okay. Yeah.
I totally blame that overhype on the marketing team, because they knew it wasn't going to happen then, but they still sold all these like special edition books and everything to make it seem like it would. No, this is like, this is Act 2, and they're trying to act like it's Act 3. Anyway, back to the point. For it being dark as it is, for that story to be what it is, and for Arkham to be what it is, there needs to be a lot more setup than what we have in the DC universe right now as far as the movies go. Shazam was great because it was a beginning. We don't need another beginning for Batman.
Oh,
no pun intended. But we do need them to understand that there is a vast world of characters that we haven't even touched on in the movies, man. Like Calendar Man and Zaz.
That's why it should be Long Halloween.
Exactly.
It should be Long Halloween, which is my favorite Batman story. Hands down.
Even if they wanted to do Hush, I don't know if you've read Hush, but
yes, and I liked Hush. Yeah. But my absolute favorite is Long Halloween.
But the reason I bring up Hush is because like it did a good job of introducing new or lapsed readers to what was going on in Batman's world at the time. Yeah. Because the whole point of Hush, I mean, it was a good story as well, but the whole point of it was celebrating the fact that Jim Lee, Marvel's golden child, Image's golden child for a while too, was now drawing everybody's favorite character roster, the Batman family. So they wanted to give him a chance to draw everybody. So of course they had to jump everybody into the story at one point, and it somehow worked out. And the animated feature just came out for that, and I've heard.
I mean, yeah.
I've heard it wasn't that hot, and in fact they changed the whole ending. So I'm a little disappointed by that.
I think that they could do both of those.
Yeah.
In the Batman, because I think they're gonna, it sounds like they're gonna do a trilogy. So do both of them. Make it a whole Jeff Loeb extravaganza. He's my favorite Batman writer.
Yeah,
I don't
know if they're trying to
that Frank Miller shit either. People, whatever.
No, Frank Miller.
I recognize it for the historical value. Blah 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 blah. All right.
Frank Miller's a weirdo now, man.
Goddamn Batman.
Oh my god. I don't get the celebration any longer. Like, okay, so we reached peak Frank Miller when Sin City was released. But in between Sin City 1 and 2, it was like we started to kind of take a closer look at his work lately. Like, no, he's got to that old man level where it's like, okay, you've done great stuff, man, but you need to just kind of chill out for a while now. Your voice has been heard. We need to move on to the current generation. Give your blessing or whatever you need to do to make that happen. But maybe just chill out. Just relax. Enjoy yourself.
Yeah. That was I'm still excited about those movies. I understand why people hear that and go, "Oh man, I want to see that movie." But like that's gonna happen all the time.
Yeah.
And I really think these new Batman movies, I have a weird amount of faith in them.
You know what bullet we dodged was the Batgirl movie that was supposed to be directed by Whedon.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, that would have been messed
look,
up.
I still like a lot of Joss Whedon stuff.
Yeah.
I realize it's a popular thing to hate Joss Whedon now. I don't feel that way, but I also don't want him directing Batwoman.
Yeah.
I want Gail Simone to write the script.
Okay.
Or to help at least offer and be get a co-writer or at least special thanks. And then I want a woman to direct it. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
It's time. I mean, we've got so many great woman creators that are in the industry that are finally getting the exposure that they deserve, after all this time of having
look at what Patty Jenkins did for
Exactly.
They need that again.
Yeah. We've got some unique voices out there, and I really cannot wait to see what they do, if they do it right. So let's hope they do. So that's the Batman movies. What else we got for the Bats?
So Milo Ventimiglia,
yes.
he's doing interviews for The Art of Racing in the Rain, which one of my favorite books of all time.
Oh, okay.
I feel weird about the movie, though. Okay, so this is what frustrates me, sidebar about the movie, but the movie adaptation looks perfect in every way except for the voice of Enzo, the dog.
Huh.
Because they cast Dennis Quaid.
Yeah.
To do the dog voice, but he's doing a scruffily, weird.
I thought it was Heston for a long time when I saw that trailer. I'm like, why'd they get Charlton Heston to do it?
Isn't it bad? Or Clint Eastwood or something. You're like, what?
Oh, yeah, no, I'm sorry. I meant Clint Eastwood. Charlton Heston's gone. I thought it was Clint Eastwood.
I mean, I just thought you assumed it was a dead Charlton Heston.
Right before he passed.
Yeah.
They got him to read this book.
They just brought him back. They brought him back for this. No, it's the only, I'm like, oh, God damn it. It's the only thing that's upsetting me about that movie, because otherwise it's perfectly cast. It's going to be so good. I'm going to cry like a fucking baby.
Man.
If you love dogs, if you love animals, get ready. It'll tear your heart out.
Yeah.
So he's doing press for that, and he was basically talking about Batman and how he had an interest in Batman and everything like that. And they were like, "You're too old to play Batman." Now he's 41.
Yeah.
So he's over a decade younger. I think he's 41. So I think he's roughly a decade or over a decade younger than Ben Affleck.
Okay.
But Robert Pattinson is 31, so he is a decade older than Pattinson.
So it's verified that they're trying to go with a whole young Batman thing right now, which is interesting.
Well,
you can tell a Batman story for an actor of any age. All you have to do is be creative. But with Milo, I like his acting. I don't think he'd be right for Batman. I don't know.
I think he would have been great, just because he's such a great actor.
Okay.
But here's the thing. He's got 3 more years of This Is Us. They guarantee 3 more years of that show. It's been picked up in advance. It's going to go 6 seasons. They know, the creators talked about, he knows the beginning, the middle, the end. And so they just planned it out, and they officially, this last season, which was season 3, they said, we're picking it up for 3 more. That's going to be it. So he's committed to 3 more years of that television show.
You know, that actually reminds me of another story that I read today. I guess Chase Crawford of Gossip Girl.
Yeah.
He was almost Captain America instead of, I do this every episode now, it's tradition.
Jesus.
Chris Evans instead of Chris Evans. So apparently, I was reading a story today that he all but got the job. Like, they had a suit ready for him and everything. But he was committed to Gossip Girl and didn't want to leave the show high and dry. So, I mean, kudos to him. Good
guy. Terrible mistake.
Yeah. I mean, wow. He's got to be feeling like
I heard basically
shit.
The same thing with Krasinski. I don't know about the suit part, but John Krasinski was really, really wanted that role.
Yeah.
And he was in one of the top slots at the very end. And then it ended up going to Evans because they begged Evans. Like, they kept going back to him because he turned it down numerous times.
Well, you heard about that Justice League movie that almost got made, right?
I don't know. Maybe. Okay. What is it?
Okay. So, they had a Justice League movie written, almost ready for production. Costumes were made, fittings were done, everything was ready to go, and then they just put the kibosh on it. This is like, I want to say late 2000s maybe. Armie Hammer would have played Batman. Common would have played Green Lantern.
Fucking what? Okay, sorry, keep going.
Yeah. Okay, so it was called Justice League Mortal, and it was going to be directed by George Miller. So it
sounds awful, by the way. I'm just throwing that out there.
It was something. It was something, though. Like, they tried. They were almost there.
Who else was in the cast? Wait, was this post Man of Steel? When did that come out?
No, this is pre-Man of Steel.
Pre-Man of Steel, because that was 2012. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So apparently, I mean, I guess it was as close as the Superman starring, what's his face would have been.
Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson.
Jesus
Nicolas
Christ.
Cage. Yeah. So DC Warner Brothers has spent a ton of cash making superhero costumes, movie ready for all these actors, just to tell them, never mind. You're good.
You know what? All of that shit's going to show up on Crisis.
Yeah. That would be hilarious if Common showed up as Green Lantern. Oh,
no,
man.
the suits, man.
Just the suits.
The outfits are going to show up. You think we're not going to get Green Lantern on that? You're fucking joking. We're going to get Green Lantern on that.
They've already alluded to it, like a previous crossover.
Yeah.
One of the monitors. Yeah. Yeah, Diggle.
Yeah, he's like, oh, you're not? Okay.
Where's your ring?
But yeah, so they said Milo Ventimiglia is too old to play Batman, which I just found fascinating. Ageism and all that jazz is still a thing in Hollywood. And then he kind of backtracked. I don't have that. It's not here, but later he was like, no, I'm committed to playing, the show. And he kind of was like, I didn't mean it that way. I didn't mean it in a negative way.
Yeah.
Because it got a lot of press. It got a lot of publicity, obviously. Anytime you bring up those superhero movies, I mean, it's probably good for The Art of Racing in the Rain because it got picked up by everything. But yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm
going to find some more info on this Justice League Mortal thing because I
Yeah, who else was in that? Because I
I
want to
was
know.
so surprised how close it was to being made for them to just drop it. Like, okay, so I told you about Armie Hammer's Batman, Common as,
Yes.
as Green Lantern. It had DJ Catrona as Superman. Not really familiar with that
I don't know
actor.
who that is.
Yeah.
You said DJ?
DJ.
All right, I'll look him up while you're.
DJ Catrona. Adam Brody as the Flash.
Oh, he would have been good. Have you seen Shazam?
Yeah.
He was great, Shazam.
Who was he in Shazam?
Adam Brody was the
bad guy?
kid.
Oh.
No, I don't remember the names, but the his best friend in it.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Him as the
oh,
god.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. I know you're trying to like not give it away too much.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool that they brought him back for that sort of thing. Megan Gale as Wonder Woman.
I don't know who that is either. This guy could have played Superman, by the way. He does look very Superman.
DJ Catrona?
Yeah.
Man. So they were that confident that they had costumes made.
Man, his suit would have looked cool. Holy shit.
Man.
They got suits and everything out here.
Yeah, they have a group shot of all of them in costume and like full gear.
What? I want to see that. Justice League, what is it?
Here, I'll send you a link. So, yeah, that just, the type of money that was spent on that, just to say, never mind. They could have had a full-blown Justice League movie without all the bullshit we've been going through. Well, I mean, they would have rebooted it by now, so I'm just, yeah, never mind.
Whoa. I actually didn't look at if you did send me something. I'm just on the Googles.
Yeah.
This is blowing my mind because I remember Armie Hammer.
Right. Like this was supposed to be his big break. Like this was supposed to be it for him. And I think because that fell through, he went to do Lone Ranger instead, which we all know how that turned out.
Oh, that sucks.
A Johnny Depp film produced by Disney, I Can't Lose.
See, now him in the suit, the concept art for the suit, the Superman.
Yeah.
I liked better than him in this suit. Oh my God, is that Adam Brody? That's nuts. This is blowing my mind.
Right.
Now I'm like, what does Adam Brody look like as Flash? What?
We could have skipped that bullshit Green Lantern movie. We could have done away with all the nerd rage around BVS. Simpler times.
I don't think this would have been good, though.
I don't think it would have been good, but I think it would have actually just like broke the seal. Like, look, we did it. Let's do another one now. Make it better. Instead of like, oh, we got to do like Marvel and make all these movies that tie into one another. And then forget about that. But then go back and try to do it again. And forget about that. Wait, we lost
I
our
wish
Batman.
they would
Shit.
release like high def images of this because these are blurry.
Maybe we'll get a documentary about it. Like that's one thing I do want to go back and watch, which I think they released a while ago, was the documentary about how Nicolas Cage was going to play Superman.
Yeah,
I want to see that.
It was great.
Yeah. Because they got a lot of shit over the years, but then it's like, in this documentary, I guess people saw like the full vision of what they were trying to do, and it was like, oh, that would have been okay. It wouldn't have been the best.
No, I think it would have been terrible, but I still liked the documentary.
It would have been like that high concept sci-fi, not Superman, not the Superman people would have been hoping for, not that archetype. But
Armie
more like
Hammer, by the way, in a different news article here, said that whole shot of them was not legit.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, never mind.
Yeah.
So that's too bad. But the costumes were made, though. He did say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now we got to get them. Someone leak it, like Deadpool.
It's got to be in the archives somewhere. I mean, they just restored all those back costumes. Maybe they did that one by mistake. It's got to be in there.
I mean, it has to be. There's no way. Now I'm fascinated by this.
Man. So, I don't know. Just, what just occurred to me, going back to the whole Crisis thing, I wonder if somehow we're going to get Michael Keaton just for a split second.
I don't think so. I will say I don't think so because I don't think they're going to get movie actors as many movie actors. I think that's just tougher. So
if they got Henry Cavill just to like stop by and wave and just leave, that'd be so fucking rad.
I weirdly think, especially current ones, I think that's where they would draw the line.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, we'll let you do whatever, but, whatever.
I mean,
I don't know.
We know Linda Carter's going to put on the Wonder Woman costume again. We know that she likes to hang out with current Wonder Woman.
So she's confirmed, because the article that I read was her and Tom Welling, but, that's not confirmed.
Wait, what do you mean?
That Tom Welling is coming back. That's not confirmed.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So, it was both of them. So I was like, okay, this is clearly just rumor.
Okay.
But
we'll see. Like, there's so much riding on this. It's going to be great. It's either going to be great or it's going to be terrible.
It's not going to be terrible. There's no way. And I say that as a person who usually thinks shit, could go really south.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Because they've done this so many times.
Right.
That people are gonna have their op-eds, people are gonna have their tweets and everything like that the next day of didn't do this, didn't do that. But it's not gonna be bad, man. It's going, because if we get even what we've seen the past couple of years, it's gonna be good.
That's true. It's just all fan service, and we know that. So I hope people don't go, oh man, it wasn't like Shakespeare. No, it's not supposed to be. It's fluff. It's cotton candy. Enjoy.
Oh, interesting. So I guess Adam Brody's Flash suit concept, art is, but it's like a shitty picture taken of it. Interesting. Anyway, I'll stop looking at this because I'm getting distracted.
Okay.
I just didn't even know this existed, so now I'm going to be like, what? For a while. Yeah. That's the big news of the week. I do have a funny wall of weird.
I'm ready for it. We need some funny.
Well, here's the funny. Okay. Antique dildo will stay in Ireland after sex shop owner campaigns to save it. Okay.
What? Okay.
We're not done.
Fuck.
Shauna Scott bought the Victorian-era sex toy at an auction so she can donate it to an Irish museum. When she saw an advertisement for the Victorian-era dildo, she couldn't believe her luck. That's because 2 years ago, she thought the piece of Irish history had left the country forever. So she knows that this is Irish history.
And so it was a Victorian secret.
This is her quote, I've been kind of obsessed with this dildo.
Girl, same.
According to Matthew Fine Art Auction, the sex toy was carved out of ivory in the 18th century and sent to China, where its owner was fighting in the 1899 Boxer Rebellion. And then it's to his wife in Ireland.
Wow.
I guess it was just a thing people did back then if they weren't sure they were going to come home.
You sent your mate an elephant tusk that was carved to look like a penis and said, hey, baby,
only
miss
the
you
finest
much.
things. I might die over here. Only the best things for my girl.
Wow, son. That's,
I want to be that level of rich where I'm like, I'm going to kill a fucking elephant.
Damn.
And then I'm going to fuck you with the tusk.
I used to think that...
I don't condone...
No.
I don't condone killing the elephant. Fucking with the tusk is fine, but don't kill an elephant.
No, don't
get like a plastic tusk or something.
Consensual tusk fucking only, please. I mean, what the fuck?
It looks insane, too. Of course they have pictures on it.
Of course.
So basically... she said that I was absolutely devastated that it was going to be leaving the country because we don't have a lot of Irish sexual history artifacts. museums tend to prioritize things that have to do with the Great Famine or the 1916 Easter Rising. Stuff to do with the Revolution, not so much sexual history. Okay, so she was on Twitter and she was like, oh, I'm waiting for this, and then this is what she posted when she won. Folks, we did it! We won the dildo for Ireland! And then a bunch of Irish flag emojis.
Oh, wow.
She said, basically, and then people donated to help her win this. If we win, this will be a dildo for Ireland.
That's tax deductible, you write that
Yeah,
out.
I mean, well, I don't know about Irish. Like, is it tax deductible for Ireland? I don't know how their tax system works over there. But
That's
I'm
a good
sure
cause. You're donating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She said she received over $1,000 in less than 90 minutes. In the end, she bought it for 900 CDN. I don't know what CDN is.
I don't either. However, wow.
It should be noted that the sex toy has a little heart carved at the base of it, where the fingers would lie.
Aww.
Oh, God, there's a compartment. I didn't read this part of the article, I guess, or I missed it. Maybe I blocked it out. There's a compartment where you can store a lock of lover's hair, or where hot water can be added to heat it up.
Okay.
It's a 2-for-1.
Wow, there's a lot of functionality to that thing that I was not prepared for.
There's a lot more functionality than you would expect from an 18th century dildo.
Right. It's funny you mentioned like historical sex objects and stuff like that. In my neighborhood, actually, a few blocks away from us, there's a leather museum that it's just kind of like tucked away in a little neighborhood. And it's so weird because it's like it's right there, and if you're not thinking about it, you'll forget. But sometimes the owner, or at least the proprietor, will come into Chicago Nerd Social Club and be like, "Hey guys, we got cheap porn. Come through this weekend. We're having a big sale. You can walk out.
Yeah.
It's $1 a DVD." I don't know if you've seen those posts, but it's like that's why we don't take it down. It's like it's Chicago. It's a museum, so it's nerdy. We can't like. We can't kink shame anybody, obviously.
Yeah.
And I mean, dollar porn that's a deal. You can't go wrong.
One last thing here. This is the like probably my favorite quote of the article, which is, "This is going to be my next 2 weeks," she said. Hold on. Doing admin work on this ancient dildo.
Yes, admin.
I mean, I don't know what this person wants. I hope she lives a very long life. I don't know what she wants to happen after she dies, but I would like that quote to be on her tombstone if she gets a tombstone, because it's quite wonderful. It looks like it looks like an elephant tusk dildo. That's exactly what it looks like.
What you're imagining is what exactly it looks like right now.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. It looks like a porcelain dildo.
Right.
I'm planning on posting a picture in our group, our exclusive group that you can get in. If you are a patron at any tier, you get into our exclusive Facebook group. I don't know if I can post this anywhere else on social media without getting flagged, though.
No, it's because we trust the folks in our Patreon exclusive group. Y'all are cool. You come through.
Yeah, you're down.
You're down. You're down. We trust you. We love you. So I'm
gonna post the article in there too, but I'm gonna just post a picture of it as well. It's quite majestic.
Yeah.
It's way too big too, though. I know. Look, I got a lot of thoughts on this.
Yeah. I mean, and the box it comes in. Wow.
Yeah. You're looking at it, right?
I just said that out loud.
Yeah.
Well,
you can't have one without the other, Matt.
The display case that it
is. Then you can.
It's majestic.
It is.
Yeah.
I like that it has the hot water feature.
I mean, yeah, that's thoughtful. Because they could have just stopped at elephant tusk dildo.
No one wants a cold tusk.
No. They could have just stopped right there. Like, just by the novelty of it alone is enough to be like, you know what? This is good. You'll enjoy this. But no, they're like, you know what? They'll fucking make it great. So, hot water feature. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Congratulations to Ireland for keeping your fuck tusk.
I mean, yeah.
If only I could name this episode "Fuck Tusk." That would be awesome.
We went hard with the last episode name. We gotta
So the name of this episode is Kevin. That's the name of the episode. Anyway.
All right. Well, that's all weird. Yeah, that was definitely weird. I had an auxiliary story for you, a quick one.
Yeah.
There was a lady apparently pumping gas, and there's video of this because, you know, if there's not video, it didn't happen. There was a lady pumping gas at a gas station, and all of a sudden, you know, she's looking at the little touch screen thing, and between the glass and the computer screen, she sees a snake crawling through. Not just a little tiny snake.
Oh,
it was
no.
Fucking big ass snake stuck in the actual gas pump. So she recorded this for the news. The thing that trips me out about it is the fact, and this is in Kansas, mind you, the thing that trips me out about it is, you know, they have the footage that she took and they put it on the news. They did their job and everything, and it's scary as fuck. But then they show the follow-up picture where one of the attendants goes, "Oh yeah, I got it out." And this is a different snake. It's a lot smaller.
What?
So they didn't fucking catch that snake.
What?
Yeah.
I fucking hate Kansas now, I guess.
You know, don't get gas in Kansas.
I don't trust Kansas. Why?
Man, yeah.
What? Fuck. That is all weird. That's weird as fuck.
I will send you the link to this so you can share it with everybody as well.
Just add it to the notes because I go through the notes when I do it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fucking scary. Yeah. So there was a Wall of Weird type story that I was gonna do on the Kennedys because there was another Kennedy death. I ended up doing a shit ton of research. That's just a mini. So I guess our next mini, we do our mini next week or whatever, is going to be me telling you about the Kennedy curse.
The Kennedy curse, yeah.
You know about the Kennedy curse?
Vaguely. Like, I'm excited to learn about it in a more substantial way because I'm
going to give you all the details. I've read books on it.
Okay.
I'm too into this stuff. So
I will act as the conduit for our listeners to experience this.
Patreon only, y'all.
Exclusive. So yeah.
What's that from? What is that?
I don't know. They used to do it on E all the time.
Maybe that's it.
Probably.
All right.
Anyway, you reading comics?
Oh, I forgot to pick a book.
We'll post our picks. We'll post our picks on the IG for y'all to see what it is we're reading.
Yeah.
For those that watch
book is cool. The DC Raven that we gave away, Teen Titans Raven.
Yeah, that is pretty dope.
I like the artwork. I mean, I already like that artist. He's really great. So
yeah, cool. I hope they do a lot more with him. I think he's got a Beast Boy book lined up next. So
he should do all of them. Like his, you know, and the use of color in it is very minimalist. It's very cool.
Yeah. So next time we do a giveaway, y'all pay attention. We got the goods. Tell your friends. Yeah. So the people that watch the pre-show already know what I'm checking out for the next challenge, which is this Ironheart book by Eve L. Ewing. I've been excited to. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to read it. So, you know, anything Iron Man is usually good. I even like the Teen Iron Man stories that everybody hated way back.
Gotcha.
I'm down.
everyone has those characters where you're like, I still liked it. I feel like I'm that way about a lot of Superman stuff.
Yeah.
Where, like, even when it's not great, I'm like, I liked it. That was good. Unless he's, like, completely out of character. And then
Unless he's made of electricity and blue.
I've never read that, actually.
Man, I was reading books. I was collecting books when that was coming out, and that was a hard time, I gotta tell you.
Yeah, that was a rough time for Superman.
A lot of gimmick covers,
Yeah. Poor Superman.
Poor Superman. Well, I think that's a show.
That is the show.
Well, we got a show. So, folks, of course, if you want to follow what we're doing, you can check us out at lexandmattpod.com. We've got all the links you could possibly want, including links to our Patreon, which we've talked about, for you guys to join in. A lot of you folks have gotten onto the Patreon and chipped in a little bit, and we want to just say thanks for that, because can't do this without you. And, of course, our future boss, Kevin Smith, we're hoping, knock on wood. I'm just calling the shot now. I'm just being bold and brazen about it. Just calling that shot. But you know what? You guys are great. You're the reason why we do this. And, we just love podcasting. So thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you guys for that. Go sign up for Patreon. Follow us on all of the social medias at Lex and Matt.
Word.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Well, it's been fun. I'm going to let Lex get some sleep.
Yep.
I'm Matt Peters.
I'm Lex Woods.
Be excellent to each other, everybody. You didn't do the bye.
Oh, was I supposed to do the bye?
You usually do the bye.
Keep the bye. Well, why don't you just keep all of that where you call me out on not getting the bye? Keep all of this so that they can know that you're going after me, even though it's midnight my time. Bye, everybody. Yeah. I'm sorry I didn't send in the clown. I didn't do my proper.
Lex is cranky, guys. I'm gonna let her go.
I'm sleepy cranky. Yeah. Well, I've turned it into the pumpkin, so that's what happened.
All right. Bye.
Anyway, be excellent to each other like I just wasn't. I was just me. Bye.